my fat friends and not so fat friends out there in the land of social media and YouTube. It is the Fat Kid. It is Fat Kid Certified Sports Entertainment. We're here today to talk about Week 4. I'm not going to call it rapid reactions anymore because these videos normally don't get up till Wednesday or Thursday, so it really can't be rapid. But here are my reactions to Week 4 of the National Football League. We'll start with the Thursday night game. The Philadelphia Eagles went into Green Bay and were able to survive. A lot of people, including myself, said the Eagles lost this game. Their season was going to die. They staved off the deathbeds of 1-3 to get to 2-2. They hand the Packers their first loss. A Aaron Rodgers interception, I guess, sealed the game. But the real confusion here was the Packers get the ball to the 1-yard line for 4 straight plays and do not run the ball at all. Key performers for that game, Aaron Rodgers went 34 of 53 for 422 yards and 2 scores. Jordan Howard of the Eagles finally got his ground game going, 15 carries for 87 yards and 2 scores. Devontae Adams was the leading receiver, 10 catches for 180 yards. So, Packers fall from the way of the unbeaten. Philadelphia keeps their season off of life support, and we move into the Sunday slate. A surprise one for me. The Titans get out to a 24-7 lead at the break. They hold on to beat the Falcons. Titans go to 2-2. If you remember, they beat Cleveland the first week of the season in a very big surprise that the hype train of Baker Mayfield got derailed by this Titans team. Titans beat the Falcons, who fall to 1-3. They are 1-1 at home. Very confused on some of the things that Atlanta's doing here. It seems like they're just not able to move the football with the pizzazz that they used to. I don't know if it's the fact that Tevin Coleman's gone and it's kind of more falling on Devontae Freeman's hands. Kind of confused on the Matt Ryan train. Throws the ball 53 times for 397 yards. I know they were down in this game. Final score, Titans 24, Falcons 10. Austin Hooper, 9 catches for 130 yards to lead the way for receivers. In a battle of the undefeateds, in a game that I did not think that was going to be a battle of the undefeateds going into Week 4, we knew New England would be there. We knew the Patriots were probably going to come out of the gates probably 5, 6, 7-0, and it wasn't going to be much of a flaw there. But not many people, including myself, had the Buffalo Bills being 3-0 going into Week 4. They circled the wagons and they found a way to get to this spot, but a Josh Allen injury knocked him out of the game. A blocked kick that was returned for a touchdown helps the Patriots build up a 13-0 lead. They hold on to win 16-10, no Josh Allen. Key interception by Jamie Collins seals the win. Allen went 13 of 28 for 153 yards and 3 picks before he left the game. Frank Gore had 17 carries for 109 yards. The ageless wonder that is Frank Gore. I saw a stat, some people are asking if he's a Hall of Famer. You bet your sweet ass he's a Hall of Famer. The guy's a stud. Cole Beasley, 7 catches for 75 yards. If you see that stat line, the funny thing is there's no Patriot in the top performers. It was a very down game for New England, top to bottom, from Brady to James White to any of the receivers. It was a really down game. It was a really defensive battle. Patriots hang on, 4-0. Bills fall to 3-1. They may be in deeper issue if Josh Allen is going to miss any extended period of time. Don't know for sure the prognosis yet, as it is Wednesday. First practices were yesterday. They listed him as a DNP, but he might still play this week. Keep an eye on that one. Another battle of the undefeated, something that we probably didn't expect would happen. The 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs, they win 34-30 over the now 2-1 Detroit Lions. The Lions' tie of Arizona really thought that this was going to be a down year for the Lions. They reeled off 2 straight wins to get to 2-0-1. They lose their first game of the year to the Chiefs, 34-30, in a really, really, really good game. They missed some spots there. Detroit had every opportunity to win this game. Had 2 fumbles, recoveries that could have went. Long defensive score, fumble recovery of a Kerryon Johnson fumble led the Chiefs to another touchdown. Key performers, Patrick Mahomes, 24 of 42 for 315. No touchdowns for Mahomes. This is, I think, like his first time he's never had 0 touchdown passing in a game since he's been in the league. Kerryon Johnson, 26 carries for 125 yards. Travis Kelce, 7 catches for 85 yards. I guess you could call it a surprise. I'd call it a surprise. The Oakland Raiders go into Indianapolis and beat Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts 31-24. They got off to a fast start. We're up 21-10 at the break. Held on. Another game where it seems like the teams that are getting out to a fast start are getting out and then holding on late. So it seems like that's been a thing for the National Football League this year. Jacoby Brissett, 24 of 46 for 265 yards and 3 scores. Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, 17 carries for 79 yards. Zach Pascal of the Colts had 4 catches for 72 yards. The Colts, life after Andrew Luck is not that bad. If you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, Jacoby Brissett's played really, really well. You're still within striking distance of that division. Very, very, very happy if you're a Colts fan, knowing that you're not going to have to go through a full rebuild now that Jacoby Brissett has actually found a way to take over this team. In a game that surprised absolutely nobody, the Chargers go into Miami and beat the Dolphins. Final score 30-10. It was 17-10 at the break, and then the late charging Chargers, West Coast, they're waking up late. Yeah, it's fun. They scored the only points in the second half. They scored 13 points unanswered and win the game 30-10. Phillip Rivers, 24 of 30 for 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. Austin Eckler, 18 carries for 60 yards and a score. Dontrell Inman, 5 catches for 76 yards. I don't really feel like this game was ever in doubt. And I don't think there's going to be a game that Miami plays that the opposing team is ever going to be in doubt, unless it's maybe the Washington game in a week or two. But we'll see how that really goes, because Washington isn't really that good either, so maybe. So, big fan here of the Chargers getting it to 2-2. They're not out of the division race yet. Yes, Kansas City is 4-0, but they have to play the Chargers twice. So the Chargers can sneak some games out. They still have a shot there. In a game that doesn't surprise me because of who they played, but Daniel Jones keeps the hype train going. 23 of 31 for 225 and a touchdown. Wayne Gallman, who filled in for the injured Saquon Barkley, 18 carries, 63 yards and a score. Sterling Shepard, 7 catches for 76 yards as the Giants get to 2-2. They beat the Redskins 24-3. If you had told me that Daniel Jones was 2-0 as a starter and Eli Manning was 0-2 as a starter, I would have called you a liar at the beginning of the year. But who the heck knows? It's been a good start so far for the Daniel Jones Express. But we'll see if he's able to hold that going into week number 5. This one surprised me, and it not surprised me because of the final score. Actually, more of the final score surprised me. Not because this game was going to be a bloodbath, division rival game. Browns get to 2-2. They beat the Ravens, who are now on a 2-game losing streak. 40-25 is the final score. Baker Mayfield, 20 of 30 for 342 yards and a touchdown. It was the Nick Chubb train all over the Baltimore Ravens. 20 carries for 165 yards and 3 scores. Jarvis Landry, 8 catches for 167 yards, led the way for receivers. Nick Chubb finally got going, and I think that's been a big thing that a lot of people have said that has been a downfall of the Cleveland Browns so far through 3 weeks going into this week, was the fact that Nick Chubb hadn't got the express train rolling. And Nick Chubb has to fight for a job here, because we're also forgetting the fact that come week 9, Kareem Hunt's coming back. And he'll be a member of this Cleveland Browns team, and I think he's a piece that isn't getting talked about. That could be really, really exciting to be paired with Nick Chubb. They could be the new Tiki Barber, Rondé, Thunder, and Lightning. Kind of excited about that. Kyle Allen gets to 2-0 as the Carolina Panthers defeat the Houston Texans in a defensive battle. Kyle Allen threw for 232 yards, overcame 3 fumbles that they had as a collective unit. Christian McCaffrey, 27 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. He had 10 catches for 86 yards to lead the receivers. I said this, I think it was the week 2 video whenever it was announced that Cam Newton was dinged up, that if the Panthers wanted to win games, it needed to be about Christian McCaffrey. And they found a way to get Christian McCaffrey involved. They're 2-0 on the road. It's surprising that this team is now 0-2 at home. They were able to hold on and beat Houston 16-10. It was 10-3 at the break. And then it was 16-10 was the final. The Panthers scored the game-winning points in the 4th quarter. After the Texans had tied it, it was, let's see here. Ooh, Christian McCaffrey, gotta love that guy. 2 field goals to finally distance themselves and get the win. In a game that I guess really, nothing really surprises me, but this one, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went into Los Angeles and hung 55 points on the defending NFC champion Rams. Rams get their first loss of the season. Another team that's 2-0 on the road, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For some reason, can't get it done at home, but can find a way to go beat a team on the road. Buccaneers 55, Rams 40 in an absolute shootout. Jameis Winston threw for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns, 2 of which were to the lead receiver Chris Godwin, 12 catches, 172 yards, and 2 scores. Ronald Jones had 19 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Jared Goff, 45 of 68 for 517 yards and 2 touchdowns. 68 pass attempts. This Rams team runs the ball. But they can't run the ball when they're down 55-40. So, a lot of fun there. In a NFC West divisional matchup, the Seattle Seahawks, they get to 3-1, 2-0 on the road as they beat the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals fall to 0-3-1. Not a great game for Russell Wilson, but he did enough. Threw for 240 yards, a touchdown, and Jadeveon Clowney returned an interception for a touchdown to help the Seahawks get the win. Kyler Murray, 22 of 32 for 241 yards and an interception. Chris Carson's 22 carries for 104 yards. Carson needs to be on his best lookout because the problem he also may run into here is the fact that Rashad Penny's going to come back from this injury, and if they don't get it together, he doesn't stop fumbling, this could be a big issue. David Johnson, 8 catches for 99 yards, led the Arizona receiving corps. Bears lose Mitchell Trubisky, but find a way to get it done. Chase Daniels threw for 195 yards and a touchdown after Trubisky got knocked out of the game as they defeat division rival Minnesota 16-6 in a game that I think we're finally starting to see that the Vikings need to get more Kirk Cousins. Bears rush defense was able to keep NFL leading rusher Dalvin Cook at bay. I think they're going to have to get Kirk Cousins throwing the ball a little bit more. He went 27 of 36 for 233 yards. He's going to have to start getting the ball down the field more. Diggs, Thielen, those guys. He's going to have to get them involved a hell of a lot more if they want to keep this season alive. Stephon Diggs, 7 catches, 108 yards. David Montgomery was the leading rusher, 21 carries for 53 yards. In a game that was, and will always be remembered, as the Gardner Minshew era getting to 2-0, the Jaguars hold on and beat the Denver Broncos and they kick a field goal as time expires. Josh Lambo kicked a 33-yarder as time expired to win it. It was a 14-point third quarter for the Jaguars was the real key here. Joe Flacco, 22 of 38 for 303 yards and 3 scores. Fournette had 29 carries for 225 yards, 5 catches for 104 yards from Emmanuel Sanders. Gardner Minshew did his job. He got the ball to Leonard Fournette as much as he could, and Leonard Fournette did the rest. 225 rushing yards, pretty impressive for the kid. So I'm very excited about that. In a game that some fans will be surprised about, I'm not. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys played somebody of record and they lost. Color me surprised, Batman. 12-10 Saints. Will Lutz kicks 4 field goals. Dak Prescott throws an interception. Yeah, it's about time he faced a decent defense. Prescott went 22 of 33 for 223 yards and the pick. Alvin Kamara, 17 catches for 69 yards. Michael Thomas, 9 catches, 95 yards. All helped set up the Will Lutz show. 4 field goals gives the Saints the victory. And in an absolute disastrous area for me, the Monday night game, Cincinnati goes into Pittsburgh, gets an early 3-0 lead. It was 3-0 after 1. Pittsburgh scores 27 unanswered to beat the Bengals 27-3. Mason Rudolph, 24 of 28 for 229 yards and 2 scores. Joe Mixon, 15 carries, 62 yards. James Conner had 8 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. This game was it was never close. Cincinnati just didn't look good in this game. Got off that early lead and just the rest of the way. So not really excited about anything that Cincinnati has going on right now. AJ Green may come back. John Ross is probably going to be out for a month with a shoulder injury. So we're a little concerned about those things, but we'll see how that lies. Pat Shurmur reported earlier today that Saquon Barkley felt good, would not rule him out for this week's contest against Minnesota. I don't think he's going to play. Doctors said that he could be out up to 8 weeks. Pat Sherman said, quote, not his doctors. I think you're reading way too much into that. Patriots are going to get back Benjamin Watson, who served a 4-game suspension. He's coming back. And then no Steven Gostkowski, but I think that's just a rest day or utility day or whatever you want to call it for the veteran kicker. I don't think Steven Gostkowski needs a lot of practice. I think he's one of the trusted kickers in the National Football League. So we had 2 teams on bye for the first time this year in the Jets and the Niners. So bye weeks are going to start, so if you have fantasy implications, be on the lookout for that. Week 5 matchups. The Thursday night game is going to be a good one. It's going to be the NFC West battle of the top. Battle of the top teams. The Los Angeles Rams go to CenturyLink Field. They're going to play the Seattle Seahawks. I will take the Seahawks to win this game and hold home field. The Sunday slate, which is my birthday, which I'm going to be sitting in front of a TV watching a lot of football after I get done playing baseball. It is Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Arizona Cardinals. I will take the Bengals to win this game, as hopefully I will get a birthday present from the boys in the orange and black, as Jackson wants to sit around and be a part of the show. Yeah! Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. They're 2-0 on the road. They're going to Tennessee, who has not won a game at home yet. If Josh Allen plays, give me Buffalo. If not, I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what it is. I'm still going to take the Bills nonetheless, but Marcus Mariota can find a way to get this done if Josh Allen does not play. 3-1 Bears go to Oakland to play the 2-2 Raiders. Oh, I'm sorry, this game is actually in London. This is the first of the London series. It's played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I will take the Bears because I think their defense is going to be electric again, just like it was against Dalvin Cook. I think they'll keep Josh Jacobs in check. I will take the Bears over the Raiders in London. A game in Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The last time these two teams played there was Week 1 last week, and we all got to experience the Fitzmagic. Ryan Fitzpatrick led the Buccaneers over Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints in a shootout. If the Buccaneers are going to hang 55 again, then we all might be in trouble. This this Buccaneer team could be really, really good, or it could be really, really bad. Saints with Teddy Bridgewater have gotten the job done. I think that they're going to hold home field. They're 2-0 at home. Bucs are 2-0 on the road, but give me the Saints to hold home field here. I will take them. I'm going to say this game's probably going to end up probably like 32-28 or some weird number like that. But I will take the Saints to win this game. The 2-2 Minnesota Vikings travel to New York. They play the 2-2 and Daniel Jones led New York Giants. I will take the Vikings to finally get on the right track. Kirk Cousins is probably going to have to expand the offense, like I said, but throw the ball more to Thielen and Diggs and get the guys out of the backfield and ready that way. In a game that could be affected if Sam Darnold plays, the 0-3 Jets are going on the road to Philadelphia. They're going to play the 2-2 Eagles. If Darnold plays, I think this game is closer than what it might be. If it is Luke Falk, then I think the Eagles roll. Give me Philadelphia in this game no matter what. Ravens at Steelers. The 2-2 Ravens, reeling after 2 straight losses, are going to play the 1-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. Got their first win of the season against Cincinnati on Monday night. Short week for the Steelers. I take the Ravens here to win on the road. Line currently is Ravens -3. I think they cover. I think they win by 6. Patriots at Redskins. This will be a bloodbath. Tom Brady will probably be out by halftime. Give me New England no matter what. Jaguars at Panthers. The 1-1 on the road. Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Gardner Minshew, taking on Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers. I hope that this game is good. It has a chance to be really, really good or really, really bad. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to have to pace this one for Carolina. I think Kyle Allen does just enough to get the win. I will take the Panthers in this game over the Jaguars. The 1-3 Falcons travel to Houston to take on Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and the Houston Texans. Life after Jadeveon Clowney is not as good as they thought it was going to be, and that's obvious. Their offense hasn't been as good as it was last year. I will take Houston here, but this could be a game if they lose that it may be time to press the panic button if you're a Houston Texans fan. Denver on the road at the Chargers. I think LA wins this game handily. Joe Flacco has not looked good as a member of the Denver Broncos. Phillip Rivers has got it done. 7 touchdowns so far in the year. Austin Eckler has 3 touchdowns on the run. Melvin Gordon's going to start getting muscle back into this offense, and it's just going to get better. So give me the Chargers over the Broncos. The 4:25 special game on Sunday afternoon. 3-1 Packers at 3-1 Dallas. Give me Aaron Rodgers. Got 10 days to plan for this. I take the Packers over the Cowboys, and the Cowboys come back to earth from their 3-0 start. Sunday night game, Colts at Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes gets to 5-0. I think they find a way to solve the Jacoby Brissett riddle and get to 5-0. The Monday night game is going to be a game that is kind of interesting. The 3-0 San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, you didn't expect them to be 3-0. Guess what? Neither did I. They're going to host the 2-2 Cleveland Browns. Give me Baker Mayfield on Monday night. Give me a guy who I think is going to put on a show. Him and Odell Beckham, I think, are going to have a great game. I will take the Browns over the Niners to finish up Week 5. So that is the rapid, not so rapid reaction and my preview of Week 5 of the National Football League. The next time you guys see me on here on YouTube, it will be the first ever Fat Kids Certified Awards. It'll be a ballot that was released by me and 3 other fat kids, as we will award the American League, National League award winners for the MVP, the Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, and Manager of the Year. It's going to be a fun time. It's the first ever Fat Kids Certified Sports Entertainment Awards for Major League Baseball, so we're looking forward to that. That'll be on our next episode. I'm apologizing in advance if you guys hear this. Somebody's getting something delivered got the sliding glass door open so Jackson can be outside and play, so that he wouldn't try to destroy the camera. So if you hear all that lovely noise in the back, I'm apologizing in advance. Actually, not in advance, because this is at the end of the video, so in advance, maybe? I don't know, I'm making up my own stuff. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at fatkidcertifiedse, on Twitter at TheyCallMeBurn. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you guys get all the notifications. And I'm also on Facebook, fatkidcertifiedse. So if you find me on there, give that a follow so you guys can get notified for all the newest videos. Until then, I'm going to go eat lunch. I'm going to get this ballot together, and we're going to have the Fat Kid Certified Awards. So let's eat.